Hey guys, Tough Thumbs here. I apologize for the lack of videos lately. I literally have tried to make a video every night this week and was not successful. My wife's been working a lot and I only get a certain amount of time with her at the end of the day and blah blah blah. So basically, I hang out with her with the intention of making a video later, and lo and behold, I freaking fall asleep, or it's just, I'm just too damn tired to get up again and do anything. So I apologize for that, guys. It's definitely going to be more videos in the next few days. I'm doing a build. Hold on. Basically a whole build along with my Tanic, which I'm changing the name of. I do not like Tanic. I think I said it before. Still trying to think of a name, but So I actually have the first Tanic here. The first one that has been water jet. Nothing's together yet. It's just basically the we use common sense. We're like, we might as well build one before to make sure everything's, where we want it to be before we go water jetting all of them out. So, which is a good idea because right off the bat we figured something out like right away. So this one is, it's going to be different than the rest of them, but that's fine because, the bearings won't fit in this guy the way it is. So we just made a quick edit in the program and now it does fit, but this one does not. But there are a couple people that don't want bearings, so that works just fine for me. And if nobody likes it, I'll take it. I was definitely going to keep one of these guys for myself. I wish I had the Tanic out here to show you a comparison, but I don't. I'll show that in another video tomorrow or something. But as you can see, I got a batch of toads here. This is the rest of the Blade HQ ones, and then I have about 15 or so sitting over there, heat treated. So that's going to be this coming week. A lot of pimp jobs got done. A lot of them I was going to show this week but didn't get a chance to. Unfortunately, I had to send them back before they were put on video. So I apologize to anybody who gets theirs and didn't get to see it on camera. But I got one here. Really nice one. This is part of two. This is a Emerson Commander, Mini Commander. Really nice. You want it to look stealthy, just all black and just real stealthy, so. Just one with the full carbon fiber, a little bit of a Sabanzo pattern there. Got the 01 blued backspacer with a vicious little spike there. Adds a lot to the grip. It's pretty cool. I love it. Got some really dark bronze liners because the silver or the satin was just way too bright. Everything else is kept nice and black. Really sexy. I really like this. I was kind of like meh before, but then like right when I finished, I was like, yeah, that works for me. Definitely sexy as hell. Super smooth too. I swear these Emersons, they just get smoother and smoother as you work on them. Also, I might make a separate video about some stuff that happened this week that sort of set me back. Why I have my concealed carry. I always have my concealed carry, but sometimes I'm in the shop, I don't have it on me. It's in the house or something, but usually I leave and it's in there. But now I have it on me at all times. We have a bit of a conflict, or a bit of something shitty happening here. So, I'll tell you about that if this video is short, but I doubt it. So I'll tell you about that in a different video, why I'm carrying it and, at all times of the day. So yeah, I'll tell you about that later. But in the meantime, so yeah, that's the first pimp job here. Really nice, and there's a slew of others that are almost done. So you'll be seeing a lot once Sam comes back and we get going on that. I did get a cool, one of my favorite knife makers on YouTube, Doberman Knives. Guy is amazing at what he does, and I'm a real big fan. I love the Hellhound. This is Killer Elites. They sent it to me to do the handles on it, and it's gonna be sick. And look at that shit. So sexy. So comfortable. Yep, Doberman Knives, guys. I've talked about them before. Please check out the channel, guys. Support him. He's awesome. I don't know him personally. I've yet to have more than like maybe a 1 or 2 sentence conversation with him, but I'd like to expand that friendship. Maybe definitely hang out with him someday if he ever comes to the States here. So awesome. Really cool. These gear thing here, got some ideas. So, got this guy. This is Mike's, not mine. pretty cool. Sticky as hell. Definitely solid as rock, and definitely sharp right here, like Paintballer said. Other than that, good knife. And that's my 1 second Tough Thumbs review. Worth the money, for sure. A couple tweaks, maybe some carbonizing, a little sticky, comfortable, ridiculously sharp jimping that cuts your fingers. Other than that, pretty cool. So that was my review. I also got this one you guys are going to see this weekend. Oh man, I got this so Mike could basically have a fun time this weekend and basically use his dream knife. This is a Dan Kefer Sasquatch, I believe. As far as fixed blades go, this is the freaking coolest looking thing I've ever seen. And it's 2 pounds of hell on earth. It's a beast. So I'm sure maybe if you guys check out Cliff Stamp, he uses this thing a lot. Dan Kefer's definitely got some skills and a lot of knowledge when it comes to these kind of knives. So Mike will be talking about this a lot this weekend, so you guys get this full overview of this guy, full review on how he likes it. And yes, Riley, as you can see, it's been getting whacked on pretty hard. So yeah, no, not a single mark or notch on any of these. No chipping, nothing. Not a single thing. This is a big chunk of 3V. Love it. It's cool as hell looking. Reminds me of a Hoback A10 a little bit. Just the blade shape when you look at this angle. With the flipper and everything. Nice guard there. Really nice guard. Okay, so we'll show you the Tanic, and then I will show you the prototype I finished, or not prototype, actually it's a one-of-a-kind Warncliffe. You might have saw it on Instagram. It's kind of calling it the Warlock. Sort of like a locking toad, I guess you'd say. But right now I like it, and I kind of want to keep it for myself because I never do. I don't have a toad, I don't have anything in my own work pretty much. So I might want to just keep this or EDC it for a while before I sell it. And I'll refinish it and then sell it off. It's a nice 3V scrap blade. They made it into a nice folder. So first, the Tanic. So, oh yes, it looks so much better than I thought it would too. Not everything's lined up all right and everything. Right now the pivot hole, I kept smaller just so I can ream it out. I'll drill this one 1/4 inch, and I'll drill and ream out the inner or the blade one after heat treat, just because there's some warping that may happen during heat treat. So it's always good to ream it afterwards, just so you make sure get that microscopic, just ever so slight warping in there that you can't even notice. But it does hell for the tolerances. So, so right off the bat, guys, this thing is a big motherfucker. Excuse my language, but I love it. I mean, it's bigger than the Proto. Let me see what I got here. That's something I could show you. What do I got here? Where my spider codes go? Yeah, there's a Southern. We'll use Sam's Southern here. So, it doesn't look so big. I mean, it really doesn't. It looks huge, but it really isn't that big, actually. It's actually not the biggest knife in the world, but whatever. Anyway, we'll do the measurements next video. I just want to get a video up tonight because I'm sick of not doing them. So right off the bat, here's some changes I made, guys. So it's N690 steel. You can't really tell. The blade has been just basically, if you were to take this and pull it, so it's just ever so slightly, elongated here at the tip area. So it's got more belly, and the length kind of adds a lot to it overall. I think it looks really cool. Some of it, a hair will come off during grind. It's always good to have a little bit extra material to work with, a little meat in case you mess up or something, or room to work. The jimping is water jet, which is something I wouldn't usually do, but you know what, whatever. Save myself some time. And the jimping actually works good. I mean, once it's finished and beveled and stuff, it'll be really comfy. As you can see here on the original one, the angle of this was terrible. But this, as you can see, goes a nice organic circle here. Everything is just perfectly lined up there. And it's super comfy with a nice guard there. And it's going to be really comfortable. We'll make sure this doesn't dig in your hand or anything like that. It'll be like the most comfortable area of this knife will be right here, because that's what I believe should be the most comfortable thing on the knife, because that's where your finger's right against area. It's where the most force is going there. And then of course around the inner areas here. I don't understand some of my favorite knife makers. I'm not bad mouthing any knife maker out there ever, but at the same time, I don't understand why there's beveling everywhere, and then they decided to leave it out 90-degree angles right here. I don't get it. I mean, it's all your, you know, your hot spot right there. I mean, jeez. But you guys, you know, this is going to be the most comfortable knife. I mean, it feels amazing already. As you can tell, the titanium is pretty damn thick, so we'll get the calipers out here. Hopefully they're sitting here somewhere close by, which they're not. Oh, there we go. Believe it or not, I do have a set of calipers. That would surprise a couple people, I think. So, let's zero this bad boy. So it is roughly, well not roughly, but 0.0222. It's pretty thick, and the blade is 0.192. Pretty damn thick, guys. So I got a lot of room for pattern work, which I'm very happy about. I was kind of recommending to people like maybe do G10 on one side so I get thicker for the pattern, but this is definitely plenty thick enough to make everything perfect. I think this side will always be slightly rounded, I guess, like a contouring. Maybe like some really deep beveling, like elongated beveling like the VCP, so if it's more comfortable. So even though it's thick, you know, you'll grab it, you won't get that illusion, you get the illusion that's actually not as thick, and it'll really be comfortable. And then my favorite thing also, I didn't want to just do some plain straight lock bar. I didn't want to do the rounded shit like that. So I figured I'd add a little technical element to it. And the lock bar cutout has a little bit of a little half hexagon looking thing on there, which I think adds something to it, because I could possibly add some kind of over travel, which this thing won't need. I know that, the way it's designed and the way I do my cutouts for the locks, I know it won't need it. I've never had a problem with any over travel, but yeah, it's really cool looking. And I think because, you know, I was a little worried about it being too thin right here, right in this area, like getting a little too narrow for such a beefy blade and everything. And I thought it might look odd, so I was like, what if we just add, he's like, you can do whatever you want there. So I add something right here and maybe a cool looking matching relief cut here, kind of like a hexagon too. So, yep, that's this guy, guys. I mean, I wish I could close it. I don't think it fits in the handles yet. It's very rough. I mean, this is the first one that's actually something. So I'll be doing this one this weekend, and you know, probably send this out to heat treat on Monday. Probably gonna go to the heat treat and get it heat treated individually by itself, and go get it later that day, because I have that ability to do that with this awesome heat treater near me. So I'll have this one done and ready probably by mid next week, and just to make sure everything works. And then, you know, well, I'll be able to tell if it works tomorrow after I toy with it a little bit, and then I'm definitely going to give them the go-ahead for the rest of them this week. So they'll be done by Friday, and then I'll start building them after that, and we'll see how it goes from there, guys. I'm pretty damn excited. Now that I see this thing, it's just going to be sexy as fuck. Oh my god, guys. Anyway, so next on to sexy part 2 here. So we got the Warlock folder. This is a one-of-a-kind. I do realize it looks like a lot of other knives. What I had here was basically, hold on, I'll show you. So basically, sometimes I have like little pieces like this, right? I mean, this is a piece of titanium. This one's 3V. So you get a little piece of 3V left like this. Made it a little longer, you know? So what I did was basically just took a, you know, what did I take? Some blade that have a thumb stud and a pivot hole. And I basically just marked thumb stud, pivot hole, and just cut them out, heat treated it. So I have a chunk of 3V with a thumb stud and a pivot hole cut out. So maybe I'm feeling weird someday, I can just make something out of it. So that's what I did with this 3V. So I had this heat treated chunk, and turned it into this guy here. So I got 3V, and I know it does look like kind of like a Kingdom Armory a little bit. Got a full flat ground with a really nice even grind on it. Nice swedge, kind of like the Toads. Nice area for your thumb to rest. You got the Anzo jimping. Then you got the what is that? Like the Fallout. What the fuck did I call it? Scorched Earth titanium over top of titanium liner. It's been cut in for comfort. Nice and really smooth and beveled here. There's no like hard angles really anywhere. It is a liner lock. Originally designed as a frame lock. It was thick enough to be that, but you know, I left it, you know, basically put something over it because it was too thin. But you see the grind looks really nice and even on both sides. I'm really happy with it. It's a little weird looking clothes, but I don't care. I've been carrying it and I love it. I got the 01 backspacer here. It's been like Keat color blue. You know, I did this one all by hand, so like, you know, the backspacer wasn't quite thick enough, and due to laziness, I just put a piece of G10 there, just some liner. It kind of has a nice little pinstripe there, and black hardware, nice pocket clip. See, everything's nice and rounded. The action on this thing is perfection. It unlocks very easily, flips open with ease. It's super comfy. I mean, it's not the most comfortable thing ever. I was just trying to make a functioning knife, and I did whatever the steel would allow me to do. And I mean, everything on here is just flawless. I absolutely love it. I mean, I couldn't be more happy. This is practice for the Tanics pretty much too. Kind of worked on this like throughout the week here and there at the end of the day. And the lock is just perfection. I mean, it does not move. It's not moving from there, and it does not stick at all. And the detent finally is perfect, and it's pretty much centered. I mean, you got thicker side on this side, so it creates the illusion that it's not centered, but it is. And it's tough to do with a swedge like that, so. But the thing is awesome. I love it. Once again, I had to do the detent after heat treat, which was funny. And thumb stud is kind of a little tribute to the hardware store. You know what? It's not bad at all, though. It's solid. You can adjust it. You can move it back and forth to, I don't know. You know, if it gets worn out, you just place it with another one. And it's in there. I mean, it's pressed in there real good. But you could take it out, but it does not move at all. It cannot move and will not move unless you really tap it. I love this, man. I love, because this is for me special because it's perfect. It shows how far I've come, and I've really taken note and, like, you know, a lot of tips from people. Like Terzula told me how to do, you know, a detent after the heat treat if it's done wrong, you know, and like the detent is flat on top, and so it catches nicely and it whips open nicer. I learned that from Top Bay. He told me about that. Really interesting. I'm not going to get into it. Works better with flippers, but this thing is just awesome. Perfect. And look at that. Just came right unlocked. Oh, yeah. I could probably get another thumb stud at some point, so we'll see. But it's a Warlock, guys. I love it. It needs some tweaks. If I'm going to make something like this down the road, it needs some tweaks because it looks too much like the Bob the Butcher and too much like a Birch a little bit. I mean, and the Thor, dude, come on. He had a design that looked somewhat similar to this, but dude, don't even quit. I mean, just do it, dude. Yours looks a lot cooler than mine. Mine just physically exists, so it might be cooler in that aspect. But I like yours. They got the flipper and everything, and the better handle angles and stuff. I mean, literally, this thing's just a chunk. This is a design element that makes it look more ergonomic, but actually not that great when it comes to ergonomics. As far as my knives go, usually they're a lot more ergonomic than this thing. So, and of course, should we do it? Nah. I've been cutting all day with it, non-stop. Yeah, I can't seem to cut with this thing for shit. Well, wait, that's because the camera's on. Duh. Jeez, what am I thinking? See, Smokey? That's how you sharpen a knife. Yeah. Okay. It's sharp enough, guys. It is definitely sharp enough. At the moment. I'll cut something here. Whatever. Yeah, you know it's sharp. funny, you know, everybody who comes here, they see me cut paper with no problem, but when it comes to the camera being on, guys, I cannot do it. Sam was amazed at how I cut paper so easily. Now Vance won't back me up on that, but neither will Sebastian. But yeah, that's that guy, guys, and the build is going to be filmed on this camera. I'm going to have Sam, he's going to learn how to use it and everything, and we're going to get some good footage of how I build these. I'm going to try to just do the ups and downs. I mean, if I fuck up, I mean, you guys might see it, you know. If I, like, get frustrated, I'm going to, you know, put the camera on and let me flip out. It'll be pretty funny, but actually very interesting. You'll see how someone builds a frame lock for the first time, like, the real way, not just with doing it by hand and just kind of not half-assing it, but just kind of doing whatever I think might work, so we shall see, guys. So yeah, if you have any name suggestions, please don't say Rhino. God, I'm sick of the Rhino. But don't all go off on name suggestions in the comments. I really like to know what you think of the this guy here and this guy here. And check out Doberman knives, guys. And it's going to be a good weekend. And it's going to be awesome, guys. This Tanic is going to be amazing, and I cannot wait. And I just can't wait to get that in my hand finished. God, it's just perfect. The blade is perfect. Everything's perfect, exactly how I imagined it. And it's a lot cleaner than the prototype, of course. It's just, I mean, at this point, I'm like kind of reminded of like I really like Daliber. He did that whole work in progress build along on USN, and it is just really cool to see. And kind of going for that quality. I mean, his knife is you could tell very hand finished, but just perfect functionality in every way. They're solid as hell. They look primitive and badass. I mean, it's just like the Hoback. I mean, this is an elegant looking blade, but it is just something, looks like it was carved out of a piece of rock on the side of a mountain for some reason. Or like taken from a machine and just thrown together. It's just gorgeous. I think Hoback's making more of these, guys. Get one if you can. Like, seriously, I've never experienced like such perfection in a blade, and everything about this knife is just flawless. It's just gorgeous, and the action's ridiculous. I mean, this is my template for smoothness and perfection that this is going to be. So we'll try to outdo this. I don't know if I can. He's got a lot more experience than me, but I'm damn well going to try. So there's some crazy Tanics, guys, some crazy ones. Some people order some crazy shit, and there's going to be some nutty stuff going on. This first run, they're all special. I believe there's one slot left, but don't tell anybody, but there may be about 40 of them getting made instead of 25, but that will definitely not be till after Blade, so hopefully get some hype behind it and get some done before Blade. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I apologize for not having a video. I really tried. There is a few videos I'm going to upload that I do have that I did on my phone real quick, and yeah. So I'm going to go eat something, and yeah, I'll make a video I think tomorrow kind of talking about why I got this guy and my shotgun loaded next to my bed and my